This is the War Brief Daily for April 23rd, 2026, covering the Russia-Ukraine theater. Tonight we are tracking four major updates: Russia's overnight drone and missile barrage, Ukraine's expanding deep strike campaign against Russian oil infrastructure, the confirmed collapse of Gerasimov's spring offensive claims, and a frontline summary across Kharkiv, Donetsk, and Sumy oblasts. First, the overnight Russian strike package. This is confirmed by the Ukrainian Air Force. On the night of April 21 to 22, Russian forces launched two Iskander-M ballistic missiles from Kursk Oblast alongside 143 long-range strike drones, approximately 80 of which were Shahed-type Iranian-design attack drones launched from 6 separate origin points, including Crimea, Milorovo, and Primorsko-Akhtarsk. Ukrainian air defenses downed 116 drones and 1 missile, an 81% intercept rate. 22 drones reached their targets, striking 17 locations and damaging energy, residential, and medical infrastructure across Chernihiv, Dnipropetrovsk, Kharkiv, and Sumy Oblast. In Chernihiv Oblast, 54,000 subscribers lost power after a strike on an energy facility in Nizhyn Rayon. A claim of railway damage in Kryvyi and Kharkiv City comes from a single Russian mill blogger. That is not independently confirmed. Why it matters. 81% is a strong intercept performance, but at 143 drones per night, that rate still puts over 24 weapons on target. Ukraine's answer isn't higher intercept rates alone. It's targeting the supply chain that builds those drones. Which brings us to Update 2. Ukraine's deep strike oil campaign is producing measurable economic damage. This is confirmed across Ukrainian intelligence, the General Staff, satellite imagery, and a Reuters report citing 5 separate sources. Ukrainian security service operators struck the Transneft Privolga oil pumping station near Samara, roughly 1,000 kilometers inside Russia, igniting a large fire and damaging 5 storage tanks, each holding 20,000 cubic meters of Urals crude. Separately, a strike damaged rail infrastructure at Perzhyanovka station in Rostov Oblast, delaying 15 trains. Independent confirmation comes from NASA open-source satellite imagery, published by an RFE-RL journalist, showing a smoke plume from the Tuapse oil refinery in Krasnodar stretching over 300 kilometers. Reuters now reports Russia has cut oil production by 300,000 to 400,000 barrels per day in April compared to the first quarter of this year, down 500,000 to 600,000 barrels versus late 2025. At current Urals crude prices, that translates to an estimated $10 to $15 million per day in lost Russian revenue. Ukraine has now damaged all 3 of Russia's major Western oil export ports since mid-March. This is not symbolic. This is a financially targeted second front. Update 3. Russian Chief of General Staff Valery Gerasimov visited the southern grouping of forces on April 21 and claimed Russian forces had seized over 1,700 square kilometers and 80 settlements since early 2026. The Institute for the Study of War assessed the actual numbers: 381 square kilometers and 13 settlements since January 1st. Since March 1st, when Russia's spring offensive began, Russia has actually lost nearly 60 square kilometers net. Even combining every unconfirmed Russian mill blogger claim produces a maximum estimate of 715 square kilometers, 42% of Gerasimov's figure. No Russian source has published a map that supports his numbers. Notably, pro-Russian Telegram mill bloggers, Russia's most hawkish domestic voices, have publicly accused Gerasimov of filing what they call beautiful reports that do not match battlefield reality. When Russia's own ultra-nationalists refuse to validate the Chief of General Staff's maps, that is a significant internal fracture worth watching. Update 4, the Frontline summary. In Kharkiv Oblast, geolocated footage confirms Russian forces from the 245th Motorized Rifle Regiment and Chechen Akhmat elements conducted an infiltration into Veterinarn. This is assessed as a raid, not a permanent seizure. Near Kupiansk, Ukrainian forces have advanced, with approximately 10 Russian call signs still active inside the city itself. In Donetsk Oblast, Russian forces struck Sloviansk with Fab 1500 and Fab 250 heavy glide bombs, destroying a school and injuring 3 civilians. Near Pokrovsk, Russian advances have degraded into what Ukrainian observers describe as meat-grinding operations, measured in hundreds of meters per day, with drone interdiction forcing Ukrainian forces to rely on drone drops and unmanned ground vehicles for resupply. In Sumy Oblast, Ukrainian forces repelled a platoon-sized Russian mechanized assault at the Kursk-Sumy border. 3 armored vehicles and motorcycles were destroyed after advancing roughly 300 meters. Russian casualties for April 21st alone stand at 1,040 soldiers killed and wounded, bringing the confirmed cumulative total to over 1.32 million personnel. Here's what to watch over the next cycle. Satellite confirmation of damage at the Samara pumping station, whether Russia adjusts its drone launch rates after high overnight intercept losses, logistics conditions north of Pokrovsk, any Russian force redeployment to Kupiansk, where ISW confirms reserve movements are already underway, and whether Gerasimov's credibility gap with the mill blogger community continues to widen. That is your War Brief Daily for April 23, 2026. Confirmed first, emerging second, uncertainty stated clearly. Stay sharp.